Okay, my name is Gary Risman, and I also have a stage name. I'm a member of the Screen Actors Guild, and my Screen Actors Guild card says Abraham Lincoln III. I'm currently an Abraham Lincoln impersonator. Um, well, how 9/11 affected me, went down there on my bicycle and took photos. I was tempted to take the bike. I don't know, back then instead of walking around, I was using the bicycle, and then I don't use the bicycle anymore. I fell a few times from it, so, but I always think, what if I would have taken the subway down there with my bike? I may have perished because some some of the uh, some of the subway cars got demolished. That's what I heard, but it was very hard to get close in to take closer pictures because they were so good at keeping us out. And I did just took some pictures in the periphery, and I was there. It was like on the river, on the Riverside Drive, and then the police started freaking out when the second building came down, and they started yelling at us, "Run!" Basically, "Run for your lives!" Like they were saying, apparently they were totally at that point. They just that couple, the female officer I remember, she just kept on saying, "Just get as far away as you can," and you could feel the ground shake. The second one came down, but I'm certain that's when the cops all started screaming to leave. So we all backed up about 50 feet and then kind of tried to come back in, but it was very hard. Longer term, what happened was at the time I was unemployed, and then my father sent me an article in the newspaper that the TSA was looking for security screeners, and so I applied and got the job. I almost failed because my hearing was a little off, but it was a very hard job. It's not like today, where today everyone's so used to the routine by now. You don't see people screaming and arguing like they did in the very beginning. People were very irate, very rude, and now I just recently went to a wedding in Chicago at the end of July, and I didn't hear anyone arguing with them. And then they were through LaGuardia, where I used to work. But it's just amazing how people, like every 10th person would scream at us and say they were in a hurry, and just all the arguments that people would give us, and like, why do I have to do this? And I remember that I would find things, and I would find like little knives that people left, and people commented to me that they never had such a thorough screening before, but the other screeners and the directors and managers didn't appreciate it. They were mad at me for being slow and thorough, and they just never had the intellect to understand to get it down to 0%. It's 20% of prohibited items are making it through. That's because everyone's doing it in a rush and they're trying to be customer friendly. I understand, but we Congress put this law and unanimously put this law into effect to make a thorough system. They didn't say to make it customer friendly, or this is not a department store, or this is not a catered wedding. This is, we're supposed to do a job. And I always got yelled at almost every day for being thorough and slow. And but I'm still spend hours every year many hours on these photos that I took as a photographer and doing different collages, montages. I hope I can send some copies to you. And so I'm still very affected by this. And, I hope someday in the future, I think we'll start meeting alien life on other planets, and we'll not look at our differences in religion and I think we'll stop focusing on the differences and look more at the similarities. So thank you very much.